first thing we're doing is getting our pallets. This is just some cheap sailcloth. I think I paid about $5 a metre for it. It's about 1.83 wide, and just secured it with a staple gun, so just making sure that each of the rails has a few staples in it, so that the whole idea being that I can hold it off the ground. The lower part of the pallet is a perfect air duct for air to flow underneath and in between, and then all the compost that sits on the base will be retrieving air directly from underneath the big air cavity, and obviously any excess liquid will just drain through. And that's the base, and I'm going to do for each of the sides as well. Here we've got is the built compost bin. Got a front here, just put a couple of bits of wood to stop it from falling back out. It slides up. It's heavy as. All these are recycled pallets. I had to drive a couple of star pickets in there through the base to stop it sliding down my slope. Okay, so that cacophony of pipes, well, I hope it's going to be noisy with air rushing through it, is because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to turn my compost. Now, I've seen a lot of bins, and they all still require some turning. I want to do 0 turning if possible. I have seen a few versions of this, not many, but all they've done is they've laid out pipes horizontally on top of the compost, and as the compost drops down, so does the pipe. Now what I want to do is I want to keep this here, so I've made it extend past the edges, so it's fixed in place. I've only drilled holes on the bottom so that anything coming from the top won't just fall into the holes and clog it up. Now the idea is, if my compost is built up through here, as it decomposes, the compost will drop. When it drops, it'll drop down below this, and this will act like a bit of a barrier and create a little pocket. Now the heat from that will go up into the holes, and you can't really tell possibly, but from this one here, these ones are all angled because I wanted to use convection, so there will be a definite heat draw up along the pipe, and as the hot air goes up, so hot air goes up through little holes into the pipe, hits the top, can't go anywhere, so it has to travel along to the outer end, and it'll suck in nice cool air, oxygenated air in there. The cool air will ultimately create some sort of equilibrium and try to drop in. Being cool, it'll drop down through the holes and fill in the air pocket as the compost drops down, and then keep feeding the bacteria, and then the bacteria obviously heat that up and keep it going. Now I'll put green mesh here, garden shade cloth, because it's cheap, but then in a moment of drunken clarity I realised that I wanted to keep it insulated, so it's no biggie. I'm just going to put cardboard all around. Now I had this weird zigzag shape pipe that's lying there. I don't think I'll ever find another use for it, but it happened to perfectly fit and just zip tied that cross member and come straight up, so that can just be another one to feed air in. Now I've kept the fronts up high so that if I do want to get into there, I can slide a shovel into this main area in here just to dig out compost and just check how things are going. Now I just need to get a couple of mates over to help me move it, because I don't want to have it in this place as a final position. Probably move it over next to the hugelkultur pile. and there's that little gap there between there and this swale. So now it's time to, I guess, insulate it with some cardboard. We finally got the cardboard in. It wasn't that hard. Just a couple of slits where the pipes are, and just slide them down on each side. I may still double cardboard it, but I think that'll be fine for now. Just give it a test run. And I'm leaving the bottom free because part of this plan always was to have the pallets open at the bottom so that air can rush in from underneath, and hopefully with the heat rising up through it, it'll draw some of the air, and air can enter from the bottom of the heap and seep up through the pile. And it's just a matter of closing up the front with a bit more cardboard and then starting to fill it all up and see how it goes.